Ethereal synchronicity 444. Peace and blessings to everybody. Yes, y'all. Yep, got the right track on. DJ. So anyway, I just remembered last time I recorded through this camera, I didn't have to speak that loud. It seemed quite high, so hopefully the levels are good. You might see the shades come on and off because basically I've got this window open to get the light, so kind of get the, but yeah, it's hitting me directly in the eye at the same time, so that ain't too clever. And then the clouds are coming past and dipping, so yeah, I ain't complaining about no sunshine. Yeah, it's February. That's the reason why. Well, check how fast we flew through February first and foremost. January 2019. So February 2019, and just past would have been Mr. Antwan Patton, aka Big Boy of OutKast fame, also known as Ceelo Left Foot, the son of Dusty Chico, and a bag of other monikers. I gotta give him like the proper shout out. He was 44 yesterday. An underrated or overlooked member of the duo, often said. But no, not to anyone that's into hip hop. You know what I mean? You know what Big Boy's quality is. He's top echelon. He just, gets overshined by the fabulous Andre, because 3 stacks is gold. A beast, let's call it that. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, right, I'm gonna do a little bit of the sorry, that happens every now and again. I actually got some tunes on the earphones. Reason being, the environment that I'm in tends to have sounds that you may hear, and I'm not sure if you will, but long story short is they distract me, so let's get my own zone. So anyway, I was talking about this here on the screen, which I've just gone around, which is the chart of Antwan Patton, Big Boy, and his partner in crime, Andre 3 stacks Benjamin. So yeah, what I don't have for these two guys, strangely enough, is a birth time, which would make the reading a lot more accurate personally. So I'm just gonna briefly kind of hit the point of interest or anything else that I may see come up. So let's see, let me jump back to Big Boy. What I noticed, apart from the fact that his son's in Aquarius, and that's stonkingly obvious because birthday is in February at the beginning, and yeah, a video I recently did, I was talking about the current energy right now, and call it coincidence, call it what you want. I mean, 1, Big Boy's 44. 2, in his chart he has an almost exact square, like 1 degree out, from Pluto to Mars, or Mars to Pluto. He's got Mars in Capricorn, so where you can see me moving cursor, hopefully, that's his Mars. And like I say, disregard these house numbers because the time of his birth has just been put at midday, just for me to get a general reading. So here, where I've moved down to, is the Pluto symbol, and because the speed of these planets planetary movement, basically, even though I don't have the time, it's quite accurate to where they would have been. They don't move fast enough to move that much in 24 hours in general, in comparison to maybe the moon and all of these other points around the chart, which are actually important. And this is why birth time and the birth location, to the highest accuracy, is actually sought for or sought after by astrologers when doing accurate readings, especially in regards to regarding predictions of time or timing elements. So well, that's Big Boy. Yeah, anyway, yeah, Mars, Pluto, what does it do? Mars is what you do, Pluto is like the intense energy that transforms, or I know basically if it don't survive, it dies with Pluto. If it's not made to go on for the long haul, it won't be here. But it's almost like a soul power from the deepest depth of time. It's the furthest one out of the regular, like we call 10 planet system in astrology, Western. And Western astrology, I should say. Said the words backwards and heard it, but I'll say it properly. So the tunes. So anyway, yeah, like Pluto Mars square, big boy don't give 2 F's. He don't care. He's ruthless. I'll tell you that straight. You know what I mean? Mars in Capricorn, right? Coming into me, flow in, flow out. Mars in Capricorn is someone who is disciplined within their actions in general, because Mars rules your actions, and Capricorn is a sign of consideration in general, material consideration of what it takes, structure, definition, all those kind of things. So yeah, he will know what he's doing when it comes to plotting his own actions at the very least, or in general with that kind of energy. Although I guess it could be also, you could also look at it as, I don't know, against, it could work as energy against the authority, Capricorn being the authority. But anyway, Pluto's part in this particular relationship with Big Boy's chart, I would say, could signify to him, you know, being rebellistic and outcasted, that nature. And I think fundamentally that he is quite a big part of them becoming what they were. I mean, I personally rate him as an MC, it goes without saying, but like I'm also seeing he's got Neptune with the North Node, and Neptune, 12th sign is Pisces. Neptune is known to kind of rule Pisces, and the things that come along with Neptune are multitudinous. I'm not really sure if that's a word. Point being, anyway, things that come with Neptune, like all other planets, have multi aspects. One of them, I would say, is artistry, maybe fame, maybe being public eye on camera, being known for artwork or something of that kind of bent. And I've seen it in other charts of people that are famous, and the North Node actually is probably signifying where you're more heading towards, or something that will give growth in this lifetime. So when you have Neptune, which is the artistic planet, spiritual planet as well. In fact, I actually put it down to why it has like Andre, they have the different get up that they kind of wear, and it's kind of like a bit radical. I kind of put Uranian energy down to the more radical aspect of it all. Let's see how Uranus actually figures in Big Boy's chart, because like I say, it's an outcast, it's got to figure somewhere, I would think. And I see it here, and I can see what it is just having a glance. Got a trine between Venus and Uranus. There we go. That's what it is. Outcast. It gets deeper. It gets deeper. Right. Venus basically is ruler of many things, but it definitely speaks to what kind of art you produce, what you kind of make, what you value, what your style would be. Venus is known as the ruler, well, it's known as the goddess of love, but Venus in astrology is known to rule Taurus and astrology. Sorry, Taurus and Libra. Brain's going. Taurus and Libra. So Venus ruling Taurus and Libra, it has the connections of art, other people, the value of art to other people. It's one way I like to put it across. And it has a trine with Uranus, the planet of futuristic, rebellistic, doing it your own way, going left field. And a trine aspect is harmonious, actually, showing that that is something that someone would rather enjoy or have a natural skill or a gift at. So something else I also actually noticed about Big Boy's chart is his Mercury, because obviously as a lyricist, So you can't really ignore Mercury, which is the planet of communication and how you interpret things in the mind. Them clouds have gone down. Let's see if we can get them off. Maybe. Yeah. So Mercury's up here, and it's actually retrograde. And a retrograde Mercury in late degrees of Aquarius, it signifies someone that, I mean, like, he was known to be very, very intelligent when he was at school, and that, like, he didn't really have to, like, work hard for it. It's like it naturally came to him. But with the Mercury retrograde, what I tend to find is that even if it's not so natural, they put work in on the things. In fact, it's more like a, what's the word, compensation effect. People with Mercury retrograde tend to have a suffering from miscommunication. I can't even get it out, maybe because I'm even talking about a Mercury retrograde and all the retrogrades that I have in my chart, but that's something else. But Mercury retrograde tends to cause miscommunications in information. Things get misconstrued, get kind of misaligned, and it's all to do with kind of the movement of the planets, and then the speed and then the perception of us. I say us here on Earth, and Mercury, the glasses and the thing of representations of those planets. But basically, the speed of one kind of basically overtakes the other, and it makes the other to be appear to going backwards. It never actually starts to move backwards in physical reality, but it just appears to be going backwards, and that's what's happened to Mercury in Big Boy's chart anyway. So what I found with that, and through my studies and through people that I know and my experience, is that it can cause you to have to go over those things and work harder at those things, and it's that extra hard work that he would have put in that's caused him to excel and be at that top level. I mean, Mercury is a sign that is known to, a planet that is known to be very comfortable, if not excels, exalted in Aquarius. So I mean, instead of, or rather than, Virgo is actually, I think it's true exaltation, and or even you can class it as a domicile because it's the ruler of Virgo, and Gemini, which is definitely like the home ruler of. If you find Mercury in those two signs, Gemini or Virgo, it's very comfortable and very good at what it does, which is dissecting and disseminating information and using logic, because that's kind of what Mercury's specialization is. I can hear the beating of the drum, and it's not the one I would like, it's the man downstairs, but it's what it is. Right, this is life. You just gotta fight through these things. And I mean, Mars square Pluto in the sky now, which is actually what I was speaking about in Big Boy's chart earlier. That is kind of like a forceful energy, where you're going to get it done even using subversive tactics, essentially underhanded. Kind of Pluto's kind of like, it's going to do what it's going to do, kind of no matter what it's going to do, what it's going to do. Pluto has that kind of effect. I've been a bit soft or a bit scared around Pluto, but Pluto kind of, I don't even want to get that dark with it, but it can kind of be the lord of the underworld, innit? And the lord of the Hades, the lord of the underworld, and things that go along with underworld business. Yeah, that's basically like what Pluto is capable of. The levels it can go to, but it's also like the ruler of reformation and transformation and regeneration. So there are more than one side to Pluto. It's kind of like the ultimate Satan sinner, I guess. Like the highest level for good and redemption probably comes from the depths of Pluto, and the darkest known sources of fear to man probably also come from Pluto. It is a very compulsive planet in action, and that's the thing actually. Thinking about it, meditating upon that as I spoke about it, Big Boy may be very compulsive in some of the things that he does. Capricorn does pertain to a more structured way of doing things. Libra generally speaks to other people, the masses, and relationships and balance and business. Definitely two sides of business. So I mean, Sky basically gets the business done, man. He ain't playing when he gets the business done. Don't mess with Big Boy. That's what I would say, straight up and down. He ain't no joke. Right. that just come through me, that to say that as well, you know what I mean? I ain't messing with big boy. So just looking at anything else that I can study, but yeah, I near spoke to Uranus, trine Venus, so that I speak about like his thirst for different style of art to people. So anyway, let's move on to his partner in crime. It's not Dre's birthday, but you know, it's almost like big impact, but not quite big impact, where you can't look at one without the other. I hear them guys ain't even really on the best of terms maybe these days, but could get deeper into that, but I ain't choosing to do that right now. So Mr. Andre 3 Stacks Benjamin, let's bring the energy back. What you got with this guy here is the Sun in Gemini. He's also got Mercury in Gemini, another sign where it's very comfortable again. And actually, you can just see by the numbers what's going on here. So his Mercury and Big Boy's Mercury line up in an aspect where they are basically in a harmonious relationship with each other. You've got, I'll move across the chart. So where I started here, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, that make up the trinity of air signs. So with Andre being Gemini and Big Boy being Aquarius, they have a natural affinity in the sense of their spirit and identity of kind of their highest purpose and what they're here to do. Some kind of communication of thoughts and ideas that maybe are different to others, the way they do it. Hence OutKast. So something else that just come across before is that Andre actually has Venus in Cancer, and that's why I think his art actually cuts quite deep personally. But this Venus is tied to Saturn, and I do remember Andre saying something along the lines of he would have produced a whole lot more work, but it takes quite a lot of time to produce his stuff, basically his art. And Venus being art again and Saturn being consideration, the ruler of Capricorn. So I didn't even mention that before. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is to do with consideration, structure, delays, all this kind of thing. So, but like Saturn also does give rewards. It gives that long lasting, that classical kind of art that's living, you know, way after the composers. So I mean, that high quality of art is what I was basically trying to say about Andre in this particular facet there. I see it making any interesting aspects. Yeah, I see it making a square to his Jupiter. So definitely, and his Jupiter's in Aries, so it's at cross purpose almost, you would say, with his wisdom of, I think this is why he kind of went solo, you know, to be honest with you. I mean, check man's Mars out, 4 degrees 44 minutes, yeah, pointing at the screen like you can see my hand pointing, let me move it here, 4 degrees 44 minutes, synchronicity, E44, yo, say no more in it, yeah. But anyway, he can and does have the ability to do things on his own, but I do think, as I'm going to show here now, kind of tie it all together. I mean, is anything missed there? He has Mars in sextile with his Sun, and that does add energy to his actual personality and being, and why he's probably the more flamboyant, charismatic one of the two. Although you cannot say Big Boy charismatic, so don't get that twisted, like I say again. Now, points to notice in their charts, should have mentioned probably Big Boys, but I'm gonna note it now in Andre's, is that Andre's moon, unless he's born at like 1 AM, 2 AM in his time, is in Capricorn, the sign of work and, like I say, reputation and structure and all those kind of things, just as is Big Boy's Mars. And I mean, if there are anybody by each other, I mean, there may be some cause of irritation, but that's something else anyway. But no, the nature of it would be that Andre would like to work, and then I guess in essence that Big Boy would like to work as well. So that's why I think this particular sign could make those particular two planets maybe, I mean, Mars has got more power than the moon here. The moon's obviously like at like detriment. yeah, it's not for its detriment. Being in its opposite sign of rulership, the sign that the moon actually rules is Cancer, which is opposite. So when you find a planet in the sign that it rules, or sorry, opposite the sign it rules, I should say, it's not at home basically, it's at the away team's ground. One analogy. Or for somebody who really don't get it, put it in layman's terms. When Man U go and play at Anfield, or Liverpool come and play at Old Trafford or something like that, it's, you know, not where you want to be. They ain't giving you no love. Yeah. I just had to put it straight. You know, there's other teams, other sports, but you get the gist. These are the local teams and the local reality. My cousin supports Liverpool as well. It's his birthday tomorrow. That's a shout out to you, cousin. Much love. Don't ask me how you can support Liverpool. That's something else, but that's, you know. We start telling you about who I support and how I even, drifted. So, flicking back to the other chart, we need to see where his moon is. So, due to the time that our big boy is born, that day, no question, his moon is in Libra. I want to say it could only really probably go 6 degrees that way, maybe 6 degrees the other way, 6.5, 7. I push, but with that, there's definitely a Libra moon working together with a Capricorn moon, and that puts them at square. But there is actually logic to say that Capricorn and Libra actually have some kind of relationship that works better than most of the signs square to each other. And the square means the sign that is, what I say, 4 after, or 3 after is 4. If you got 4 signs, so take it, say Libra, the next sign would be Scorpio, the next sign after that would be Sagittarius, and the sign after that, you can actually see like a right angle, 90 degrees, would be Capricorn, and that's what you kind of call a square. So anyway, do it on here on the screen, like that. That square, that 90 degree angle creates friction, and if you see this on the circle in here, these are little square aspects. And aspect is basically just the name for the planetary distance in degrees away from each other, the relationship, conversation that those planets are having. So when you've got squares between your own chart or another person's chart, these are what create the dynamic action of stop, start, breaking up, of getting things done. Squares can basically be really positive, as well as, you know, really fraught with friction and difficulty, is basically the way to put it. So there you go, like I say, big boy square, Mars, Pluto. They've also actually got a generational square with Saturn and Pluto. This is another reason why they would be outcasts again. I know there's something else I'm supposed to say, but I'm just floating to what I'm seeing real quick. So Saturn would be the regimented authorities, and Pluto would be basically saying forget that. So that could be, and then he's actually got Mars opposite Saturn. So yeah, man, big boy, don't really, you know, don't follow them rules like that. You won't be thinking that ain't big boy. That big boy make your own rules. Straight up. So jump into the 2 charts combined. This is where I'm gonna have to see if I can do this smooth. Smooth it like that. Boom. Get my face out of the way. As I say, the birth times of both of these charts aren't accurate, so don't really pay too much attention to the lines themselves in sense of the house numbers. And the planetary distance from each other is relatively accurate because they don't move that fast. So what I noticed about the chart, one of the biggest aspects, positive aspects anyway, definitely, is that big boy's Jupiter, which I'm circling here, is in a trine relationship. It's in a water sign, and it's kind of like what you call partile, being basically exact trine with Andre's Venus. So remember I said about the art and the creativity of Venus and things that it produces and makes the Taurus and Libra connotations beautiful things. And Saturn, classical, refined, even more so beautiful things. I feel like Jupiter, which rules faith, wisdom, higher thinking, learning, far outness in its own right. Sagittarius and Pisces, the sign that Jupiter was the original ruler of, having a next level kind of consciousness, so to speak. What I'm saying in short is Big Boy's belief in Andre helped excel the group and both Andre's career. Like, it's a truly great like trine, like Jupiter, Venus, even Saturn included, wouldn't be such a thing. I mean, I guess it would give Big Boy an appreciation of Andre's refinement and different style, maybe to his own. But Big Boy's Saturn is also kind of involved with his Jupiter, so it's not something that Big Boy is unfamiliar with in our reality. It's West Savannah, which is basically Big Boy's tune, where it starts with the lines February 1st, 1975. So that's how, like, I knew what his date was. It's for years, and it then go change. They might call it, right? So what else is I looking at anyway? There we go, got it. The Mercury trine, just to wrap this up. So it's almost an exact trine, to be honest with you. Andre's Mercury and Big Boy's Mercury have the same relationship as the aspect of Big Boy's Jupiter to Andre's Venus. So I mean, these guys, like, they just when they met and they started communicating, like it clicked off. It was kind of almost instantaneous, or what I say. I mean, there's other things speaking to that, but I've watched a few, documentaries and listened to, good bits of OutKast music over the years and that, and I can't remember all the details, like, off the top of my head. I do remember that they got together when they were young, they both went to art school, and, they got busy and they did the thing, basically, and I appreciate what OutKast have done. So this here is just me paying homage to two of the finest spitters that ever did it. Like, do not get it twisted. I like to give people their flowers while they can still smell them. I could have went deeper and talked to how this, that and the other, but right now I'm just starting in the game of making videos and producing content and whatnot. But yeah, I've done loads and loads of research over the years on lots of different things, but in the reality, in terms of what it takes to put it together and get it out to you, this is just a little something. Hopefully you enjoy it. Please like, share and subscribe. It's hard for me to actually get the normal energy that I get when I make videos, because I'm normally quite active, moving about, and like to get myself kind of like, but like I ain't got all day or all life to get this kind of perfect exact. I told you about that brute force that Mars and Pluto is bringing into the game, so you're gonna have to just bear with me for any of the edginess. See how the sun's like getting to me, man? That's why I have the glasses on before at the start of it. I know if people are not really with that, then I apologise, but gotta do what I gotta do, innit? Right, anyway, like I said, deuces. Gotta do things out there, try and get some more stuff done. Like I say, if you really like it, leave comments below, share it with your friends. I mean, like I say, there's tweaks and stuff I want to do, but it's a work in progress. So stay with me, y'all. Peace and love.